Thoughts and Friends podcast, back at you with another episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking some NFL football. Wes and I have made a list of our hottest, coldest, best, worst takes. We're going to, throw them at the wall to each other, bounce them off each other, and see how we feel about them. See just how hot these takes really are.
Yeah, steamy hot. Are they going to be wrong? Yeah, most likely. Like almost certainly wrong. Like stone cold lock to be wrong, but
But they'll be fun.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe
Could
we're
be
geniuses.
Fun. Yeah.
We're going to talk a little
college football.
Yeah. A little NBA news, a little college football, just a lot of stuff going on.
I watched
tomorrow. Football's back.
I watched Hard Knocks, by the way.
So did I.
We can touch on it.
Sucks.
Don't care. Yeah, it kind of sucks.
No good. I got some notes real quick. Just give it to the people, I guess. I hardly wrote down anything, if we're being totally honest.
I didn't. Yeah, I watched it and took like 3 notes.
Joint practice. Memphis guy's going to get cut.
For sure, the rookie tackle is going to get cut. These joint practices.
Little fast guy, get him some smaller shoulder pads. They did him dirty with that, made him look like a small child. That was pretty fucked up.
That's a good point. He did look tiny. You're right. Next to the head coach, he looked like his son.
Jamal Williams being a try-hard.
I'm tired of Jamal. I liked him before. He's too much. Too much.
A little sick of it. Let him be himself, I guess, but I don't know.
The bit's a little tired. The joint practices. What are we doing? I mean, it's just we can rope this in with Aaron Donald. It's just
what's the point?
Fights. Just causes.
I guess you want to. At some point, you don't want your own team fighting each other, so fight the other guy. But I just can't imagine it's that productive. I think it is absolutely insane that coming off the Super Bowl, those two teams agreed that the Bengals and the Rams would do a joint practice. That's just a guarantee you're going to get an all-out brawl. Just an absolute guarantee. There's no other scenario other than a full-out fisticuffs. And we got some wild shit.
If the most competitive athletes in the world are going to talk a little shit after they played in the Super Bowl 3 months ago or whatever it was.
So, as a Rams fan, where do you stand? Do you think Aaron Donald should get 5 years in prison, 10 years in prison?
They had it coming. He was assaulted. They pushed him to the ground.
God, that motherfucker is badass.
Yeah.
He's terrifying. There's a picture of him. He had fucking helmets akimbo, dual wielding.
How do you get those helmets? Where did he take those helmets from?
I wouldn't be surprised if the guys' heads are still in them.
He's just ripping helmets off of heads.
He's swinging them with force and connecting with force. You could hear it in that video that was 100 yards away. It felt like smacking dudes with those things.
It felt like he saw red. It felt like the rest of the people there were like trying to corral a wild animal when he's just uncontrollably dual wielding Bengals helmets, flailing them around. Terrifying sight.
Pass.
Watch your heads.
If people could stop Aaron Donald from doing what he wanted, they would. They would in football. They can't.
No one has yet. McVay ho, big fella. Hey, whoa, he's got like a red cape. He's trying to like corral this wild animal. Not good. But that's my fucking defensive player of the year. That's my best defensive player of all time, some might say. I don't give a shit. Fucking protect that turf, Aaron.
Yeah, much like whenever these things happen, there's some people with some wildly over the top, like he should be suspended takes. This shit happens. It's a fight. People swing helmets and hit each other. I mean, swinging helmets at guys, that's a little wild. I think I heard a lot of NFL players chime in on this, but that's pretty common. That happens. Guys fight each other. It's a scrum. Guys get hit with helmets. It's what it is. They're big boys.
Yeah, I'll pass on that. But yeah, joint practice seemed fairly stupid. The Colts and it's just ridiculous. They're out there trying to like do drills and shit. It's like in pickup when there's no fouls, you just mugging the shit out of people, like trying to cover them. It's a joke. There's no reason for it. They're not getting any better. It's just hitting someone that's not your team. I was like, that's all it is.
And I guess there's some value to that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Donald's a wild man. Oh my God. I can't think of a more terrifying thing than some inanimate objects in that man's hands with hate in his heart.
Yeah. God, that guy's neck is just so big. There's like no. It just like gets bigger at the neck. It's fucked up. He's a wild animal. That's all there is to it. But yeah, nothing else
Scary.
on the Detroit stuff. I'm kind of it's kind of losing me.
At this point, I'm going to watch the rest, but I don't care. I think the show, the teams have too much say. You're just not going to get much interesting content out of this show anymore. It's kind of jumped the shark a little.
Yeah, it feels like that tackle's going to get cut. The linebacker's obviously going to make the team. The backup quarterback spot, I don't know.
This Pimpleton guy, he's probably going to get cut.
Possibly. He's really fast, but he's very tiny. I don't know. I don't know where he's at. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. I think there's a reason that I haven't been a Hard Knocks guy in the past. It's just,
I'm telling you, there's some seasons that are really great. There really are. Whatever season the Browns were on a few years ago was really good. Some of the seasons, it's just hit or miss. Some of the seasons are great.
Back to back now, where it's kind of been boring.
Yeah. Not great. Sad. A little sad, but I'm pumped up for football, college football tomorrow. We're recording this on Friday the 26th, week 0, Saturday the 27th. You want to know how I got prepared, Wes?
For college football season in general?
Week
0. How did you prepare yourself? Did you waller around in the dirt outside?
I live in Missouri where gambling is illegal, so I made a contraband trip across the border to place some college football wagers. I was driving through, looking over both shoulders.
Yeah,
kind of,
you were doing something naughty.
I was smuggling some winners across the border.
Yeah,
and
we hope so.
Pretty excited about it. Yeah, they're probably all going to be losers, but
yeah, for being honest,
I think
half of them will win, half of them will lose, like usual.
You're discounting how much I know about Charlotte football. Obviously, I'm really tapped in with them. Know a lot about North Texas, so
yeah.
Obviously, those are very informed picks and bets that I made.
Yes. Well, yeah. What are the winning plays? Again, I mean, you go to Illinois, you can't bet on Illinois. I think they're gonna
pretty bullshit.
Beat the shit out of who do they play? Oh,
Wyoming. I would back the Illini in that spot. I think Wyoming's pretty bad. I think Illinois is on the up and up. I think we control the time of possession. We run it down their throats. Shitty other thing, Northwestern also plays in the big game against Nebraska. I can't bet on that either. Illinois, we need to figure that out. I promise you, I do not know anything about the outcome of that game.
We can't have kids betting on games. Can't have kids betting on games.
I mean, we don't have pros betting on games. Fucking, let's just apply the same rules to the kids.
These are dumb little kids.
Well, I mean, suspend them. I don't know. Not saying we need to make that illegal. Just, you're in trouble if you do that. Don't be stupid. Don't do that.
Yeah, I would like
it's a dumb rule.
It's a dumb
rule.
Yeah.
So, I don't even remember. I bet I'm on the UTEP, whatever they are, the Miners.
The Miners.
I'm on Charlotte. I like North Texas. Who else plays? Let me see here. Riveting podcasting, folks. But you come here to win bets, obviously, and nobody
knows. What's your take on Austin P, Western Kentucky?
Don't have a lean there on that one. Don't have a lean there. Not sure that one's even on TV, so I'm not going to be too worried about it.
I know you have Idaho State UNLV takes.
Got nothing there either. We like New Mexico State. We like a little sprinkle on the money line for New Mexico State against Nevada.
Dog.
Nevada. They've completely overhauled the team. New quarterback, new OC, new coach, new offense. We like New Mexico State.
Are we going to the island?
And then in the late night, I think Vandy fucking boat races them. Destroys them. Runs them off the field.
SEC, just too big, too fast, huh?
Little different. I think, Hawaii and Alabama, not quite the same caliber opponent. I think Vandy's going to need to get their wins where they can get them. This will be their spot. Okay. Also, UConn, cover the spread. Plus 27, I think.
At Utah.
At Utah
State. Why does UConn have a football team? Let's ask the real hard-hitting questions.
I don't know. They got a lot of returners second half of the year. They showed a little fight. Utah State, a lot of overhaul. We got Jim Mora coming in for UConn as the new head coach. Just saying. Okay. I think UConn is a little more competitive this year. They probably don't win a lot of games still. I don't think they're the laughing stock that they were last season.
Keeping some games close. Okay. Okay.
That's my college football preview.
I can't wait for you to go like 500 and lose the juice, and it'll be just a big old time.
That'll be a good Saturday. Oh, I can't wait to just plop down on my fucking couch and just till my eyes get crusty. Just
about 14 straight.
What a time! I cannot
what
wait.
A time.
Oh, my girlfriend, she's going to do something with her friends too. It's just gonna be me alone
in the house, couch, baby.
Fucking locked in, baby.
Yeah, where you need to be. I'm happy for you.
How's your move go? Are you settled? Do you feel good?
Yeah, pretty much settled. Feel fine. Still got some odds and ends to put away, some clothes and stuff like that. But yeah, pretty much moved in. Yeah.
Good. How did your yoga go? We'll obviously talk about this in depth on the Bachelorette podcast.
Yeah, we will.
It was great. Any crossover, Wes did a little yoga with his coworkers.
Yeah, a little 7:30 yoga. It was good. It was a good workout. I sweat my ass off. It was just warm enough in there to just really pour a sweat. It wasn't hot yoga, but it was
warm yoga.
Yeah, and I was pouring. It was good. Good workout. Would do again. It was kind of the vibes of the place. It was called the Yoga Lab. A bit culty, a bit like yeah, I can't really describe it anything other than cult vibes. The guy that ran it had I don't know what, just a way about him. His voice was very, I don't know, just cult vibes. That's all I can say. But would go back. Yeah, just a little too calm in that yoga.
What was the instructor wearing?
He was wearing. You're not allowed to wear shoes in this place. Shoes or socks. So
how were the toenails? Were you a little worried, or did you?
No. I
get them lined up ahead of time. Did you know that was going to be on the table?
I did know that, but I did not have to do any additional work. The dogs are looking good. Dogs are trimmed.
Good. Because I could see a scenario where I get there like, hey, you got to take the socks off. Be like, I'm probably just gonna go home then.
I'm out.
I'm not gonna do that.
Be a no. No, they were looking good. They were looking fresh. But he was wearing like a tight, not necessarily Under Armour, but like a slick, dry fit looking t-shirt, which is like some shorts. I don't know.
Okay, so he was, I was gonna see like a shaman type of outfit. No, he didn't have that going on. Long hair, didn't have big beard.
No, he didn't have like a gown on or anything.
Well, good.
He did make me drink this weird thing, which I thought was no.
Yeah, but half the class they died, but other than that, it was good.
Yeah, I thought that was odd, but they just looked really relaxed. I don't know. I left. I think they were fine. I don't know.
Yeah, in the end, when we were all laying on our back, breathing deeply, a bunch of people just stayed in there. Didn't look to be breathing a lot. They looked a little, but everyone's journey. Take that at their own pace. That's what he says. Get up whenever you feel like it.
Yeah, move. Let your body come back alive at its own pace. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Chet Holmgren.
So sad.
I was excited about the Thunder. Like they weren't going to be actually good, but they would have been.
They
really
were
fun.
Top of the league past here, and they still will be pretty fun with Giddey and Shea. I feel bad for Shea. I think this was the year where finally they were going to get it together. Now they're pretty firmly in the Victor sweepstakes, probably. I don't think they're going to as actively tank as some of these other teams because they kind of have a lot of their guys in place that they're building around.
Yeah, I don't
think San Antonio is going to be tough to beat in this. We said they were going to be terrible last year, and they made the play-in. So I never count them out to just kind of scrap their way into like a 10 seed. But
I think the Jazz are going to get the first pick. I think Mitchell's going to be on the move.
He hasn't been moved yet. I'm just a little surprised he's still there, to be honest with you. Well, if he is going to get moved, I would have thought it would have happened by now.
Yeah, I think
it seems like the destinations are kind of drying up though. Like Brooklyn, they're not making a trade now. KD's staying. Do you have any opinions on that? Like, I don't. I think a lot of people are like fuck KD. Like, I think in today's NBA, that's just the way it is. You make the move. You say, I want this. You make the leverage play, and if they say no, okay, but you play the
Well,
card every time.
up until now, they haven't said no. That's the thing. Up until now, they haven't said no, and I've been I've been just begging some owner or GM to finally just say no, to tell him to go fuck himself. Like, you can ask out, that's fine. I don't if Kevin Durant wants to ask out, that's fine. But you got 4 years on a deal that you signed, a max money on an entire thing that you put together, basically. Like, this was your deal. You brought in Kyrie, you were pulling all the strings, and then 1 year in, you went out. Finally, the owner was like, go fuck yourself. You can play or you can sit out for the entirety of your contract, whatever you want to do, but we're not trading you. And yeah, finally he was just like, okay, I guess I'm playing. So finally, someone did it.
Yeah, you hitch your wagon to Kyrie. You get Harden. Harden wants out. You handpick Steve Nash after 2 seasons. You want him fired. You want the GM fired for bringing in the guys that you basically told him to bring in. I don't know. It's a little weird. It seems like there's some stuff we don't know going on there, but honestly, the Nets are the best situation he could have ended up
For
on. I mean,
sure. I mean,
as soon as Phoenix was off the table, I was like, there's no
maybe you
team
could
that he can go to where it'll be a better situation than Ben Simmons and Kyrie and
maybe like Jalen Brown and something for maybe like the
yeah,
Celtics. But
Boston,
like
I guess would be the other one. I don't think
we
there's
talked
any chance that was going to happen that Jalen Brown was going to
no,
get traded
I
for
don't think
Kevin
so either.
Durant. I don't
We
think it
talked
makes any
about
sense for Boston.
We talked Miami and how that just didn't match up. There's just
There's
not a
just
deal to be made there.
there's no pieces there. As soon
No.
as Phoenix is off the board, and if he wasn't going to get traded to Golden State, which is just wildly unlikely, there was no
Yeah.
team for him to go to where it was going to be a better situation than playing with a Hall of Famer in Kyrie. We'll see what we get with Ben Simmons, but when he's right, he's a really, really good player. And they're going to have a lot more depth on the bench this year. They're going to have Joe Harris back. They brought in
True.
Claxton again. I think they have Royce O'Neal, right? I think they ended up with him. Am I right about that? I believe so.
Yeah, that was right before the Gobert trade. I don't know where did they send him to the Nets?
I believe
He's
he
a
ended up on the Nets, and people were just kind of assuming, oh,
good
that's
role player.
yeah, they got Mills still, Seth Curry back. Yeah, Royce O'Neal. I like their team. Oh, and that's the other guy, TJ Warren. They ended up with. He hasn't played in forever, but
Yeah,
if
he
he
hurt
can
his
play
foot
a
like in the
role,
bubble and hasn't played.
yeah,
I think
Pitt
the
hurt his
Mitchell
foot.
stuff was
Sad.
I think the Mitchell stuff was maybe waiting on this Durant thing to drop, hopefully, and then they move on now. I don't know. It seems like the Knicks, anytime someone comes available, is like, we want them, and then they're like,
Yeah,
the players like, nah, I'm good. I think they might have been trying to be in on Durant, and now they can move to Mitchell. I don't know. It seems like Mitchell to the Knicks has been
a lot of
rumored so
smoke there
long
for a
that
while.
I don't. Well, so we'll see. I just can't imagine that they would trade Gobert while they did fleece them. That they would just run it back with Mitchell only. I don't know what else they would do to build that. I just
Yeah, I
doesn't
don't
make
know.
sense.
I mean, if they bring Mitchell back next year, they're a playoff caliber team still, probably. They're definitely
They
worse
lost.
without
They lost
Gobert.
Royce O'Neal and Gobert. I just don't.
Yeah, not a lot of
I don't think they
defense
are.
there.
I don't think they are.
They're a play-in caliber team, probably. Donovan
Probably.
Mitchell's a top 15 player in the league, probably top 20 player in the league.
Yeah.
Conley, Clarkson,
Will this
Bogdanovich could be
will this
worse.
Chet Holmgren injury stop any of this offseason pickup bullshit? Probably not.
I don't know. Things like that, that's such a freak injury. I don't know that there's much you can do about that. Like, whenever you're a basketball player, you're just going to play basketball. Like, it's at one point you're just going to say like, well, we're just not going to work out all summer. It's just what it is. It just happens. It's shitty.
Yeah.
It sucks, but you're going to get hurt playing sports sometimes. It sucks. The freaky thing about it is it was in Seattle. OKC obviously was the Sonics left.
Yeah.
Little cursed voodoo vibes there, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. But now that SGA, I just can't imagine.
Like,
I mean,
is
he
there a
can't
chance that
go through a
he's on the
tank again.
move? They try to trade him. I mean,
He's so good
because they're signing him to that big deal, but that almost makes him a better asset because the team has control over him. And I think the deal that he signed, it's not a bad contract. I think he's worth that money. I think he's an all-star caliber, like young probably can be a number 2 or definitely a number 3 on a championship team. Probably a number 2. I don't think he's a number 1 on a championship team. I think he'd definitely be a 2 in the right scenario. He's a really good player. I really like him a lot.
I'd say definitely. I think it's fringy. He kind of, maybe they kind of look a little bit alike. He kind of reminds me of like a Holiday-ish piece, just like super solid. I mean, they do different things, but it seems like a really, really good third option on a very good team.
Drew Holiday caliber, yeah, that's a pretty good player. Drew Holiday's
very good,
probably
very
a top
good
20 player in the NBA.
You could argue on certain nights that he is the second option there, but yeah,
he's probably their second best player. Second offensive option, I don't know. That's semantics, but definitely, probably their second best player.
All around for sure. Definitely their second best or third best offensive option. But yeah, I think he's really good. I don't know. I mean, is the long term him and Giddey that works? You just move on with Giddey and then just try to get Wembanyama and Chet and Giddey.
Chet and Victor. That makes it move.
It's a lot of block shots. It's a lot of blocking shots, boys.
And boy, they can both play on the perimeter, so the spacing, that makes it move. That is, I will say this, as a man that's simulated a lot of NBA 2K franchises, that is a combo that I often try to nab in the draft. Usually try to get that done. And not surprisingly, it usually ends in a championship for your team. Yeah.
That's just a lot of arms and legs. It's an embarrassment of riches at the limbs category, that length.
Mm-hmm. I'll say this. I think it is a little bit of a gift. There's some silver lining here. I think Chet can get his body right over this time. He doesn't have to worry about getting muscled. He can. Obviously, he would rather play, but him sitting out, getting some weight on, getting some
I almost
strength
wish it was like a
weird thing.
I almost wish it was like a weird, like Dame core thing, like a foot for such a big frail. I called him frail. We were talking. I called him frail, but just like thin. Obviously, not an typical NBA body. Just a foot on a big like that. It just seems like a disaster.
Yeah.
I wish it was something
else. From what
else,
I've gathered, the fact that it's a Liz Frank and it's a tendon thing and not a bone thing is much better and much less chance of a re-aggravation. When it's a broken foot on a guy that size, it just seems to never heal right. Apparently, from what I've gathered, the tendon tear rupture is the preferred outcome of the two. I don't know. We'll see. But all the best for Chet. I hope he comes back and
we both loved him.
We both would have
taken him number 1.
I think I'm really excited for the picture in about February of Chet Holmgren jacked as fuck in the
let's get that
weight
going.
room. I'll be like, God damn, Chet's going to be a monster.
Let's get a rookie year Giannis transformation or Porzingis. Let's get him jacked.
They already ruled him out for the whole year, but I've seen a lot of things where it's like a 4 or 5 month injury. So I think it's a chance he could play, but I don't think they'll let him play.
Need him to,
I think
or want him to.
He'll be ready to play probably before the season's over. I just assume they won't play him.
You know what's a really, really good idea? When you want someone out of somewhere, you just bring in the person that they hate the most.
Patrick Beverley is now a Los Angeles Laker.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah, maybe
he'll just quit.
It's a move. I think with this Russ thing, like they're kind of out of options because, like, surely they won't just buy him out, right? I mean, it's $45 million.
He's better. Well, is he better on the team than off?
No, I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think he actively makes them worse. And if he could mentally get to a spot where he could fill the role that he needs to, he would be great. But he won't never do that. He cannot be the alpha on a team. He cannot play a role. He just can't do it. It's not in his DNA whatsoever.
But have you considered he's a fucking dog though? He's got that dog in him, and he's still the guy.
Yeah, I guess.
Is this Indiana smoke a real thing? Are they? Because if the Lakers
Buddy Hield's been rumored to get traded to the Lakers for half a decade, it seems like, since LeBron's been there.
I feel like if the Lakers can pull that off, it would just be a home run. I mean, you've got a
Absolutely.
window of like 2 years here with LeBron. You might as well say fuck it. I mean, you're
Yeah,
in
no, they
deep here.
absolutely should. I don't even know, like, what picks do they have? They can't have very many picks left.
They have 27 and 29 are the unprotected that they
take them, have them.
That's
because
honestly,
here's the thing: both of those guys on their own are worth a first-round pick from any other team. I think.
That's
like, both those guys are high-level starter players.
That's future me's problem. Fuck them picks.
Those two guys fit what they're missing so well.
Yeah.
So
they
well.
They would be really, really dangerous with it. It fits so perfectly. Buddy Hield is exactly the player that LeBron can get the most out of. It's a perfect fit. He would make so many fucking open threes. It would be insane. Miles Turner can shoot. He can play on the perimeter. He can play the 5. He can defend the rim.
AD to do what he wants.
Play the 4.
He's perimeter and
it's perfect. It's perfect. And then you got Beverly
being a little
fuck.
Are those two guys maybe the most rumored trade candidates in the NBA
like
of the
4
last
years
decade since either of them been in the league? It's every year it's been trade for Miles Turner, trade for 100%. Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield actually has been traded twice, so I guess Miles Turner has not ever been traded.
Miles Turner for sure from Indy has been rumored for like 3 years.
Mm-hmm. And if you're Indiana, this team you got, you're not doing shit with this team you have right now. You already traded Brogdon, which is a sign we're going young. Victor Wembanyama is the caliber player that will never sign with the Indiana Pacers ever. This is your only chance to get a Victor Wembanyama type of player. You got to get him off the team. You got to just let fucking my boy
Halliburton. Who else is on that team?
His lumps.
If those two are gone, they would buy out Russ or whatever they do because you don't want that on the team. And it'd be Halliburton. Brogdon's gone. Turner's gone. Buddy Hield would be gone. Who else is on that team? Aaron Holiday? Or no, he's on the Suns.
Nope. He's on the Suns now. Who do they have on their team? TJ Warren is gone. Oh boy.
Well, they have they got that big foreign center that played at Bitadze.
Well, yeah, they got a bunch of guys back from the Celtics for Brogdon.
Oh yeah,
they have Duarte still, who I like.
I like him too.
Isaiah Jackson, who I kind of like. They drafted Matherin this year. Still have McConnell. They have Jalen Smith. Then
kind of an island of misfit toys right now.
Yeah, they got Daniel Tice and Nesmith back from the Celtics. I don't remember who else they got back from the Celtics. I think
that's a top 3 team. I mean, that's a top 3 draft team. I mean, that's
not a good club. Without Turner and Hield, they're not winning any games.
It's a bad club. That's a bad team.
Bad bunch with a couple young guys that I kind of like, but you're just not winning any games with those guys.
No.
As much as I love Tyrese Halliburton's a weird guy that it seems like everyone has too strong of an opinion one way or the other on him, myself included probably. Everyone either thinks he is like I do love him, but I think I have tempered like he's probably he's just pretty option on a championship team. Like I wouldn't be shocked if he made like one All-Star game in his career, but that would be like the cap.
I'd be a little surprised. I mean, he could this year on this terrible team.
Mike Conley upside to his career. That'd be like the ceiling that he would reach, which is still really good. Even that might be aggressive.
When that trade was made, obviously the timing and the timeline of it for the Kings was weird, but like he's not that good of a player. Like he's got some okay potential. He's very young, and it seems like wanted to be in Sacramento, which was good for them. And he seems very smart and articulate and basketball wise, very smart, which is good. But talent wise, he's like pretty good. He could be like a third option. Like I didn't think it was people really, really took a strong. Yeah, you're right. They took a very strong stance when that trade was made.
So did I. I still
pretty good.
Yeah, I still wouldn't have done that. I still don't like the trade. Just because I'm not a huge Sabonis guy. I think he's a really good regular season player that when the playoffs come around, it's just I don't really know what he's doing for us. He's a bad defender, doesn't really stretch the floor, needs a lot of touches to be productive on offense. I like watching him play. He's fun to watch play, but if we're winning titles and he's one of my top 2 players, it's just not going to happen for us.
No, probably not. No, he's Draymond Green, but can't guard anybody. Good
He's
passer.
flip Draymond Green. If Draymond Green could only score down low and had
score in point forward.
Kevin McHale post moves and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. You want to get into some fucking football talk, baby?
Dude, let's do it. Talking NFL.
Ooh, here's a little basketball hot take for you to get us warmed up for our NFL hot takes.
Okay.
If Russell Westbrook is traded, he never plays an NBA game again. He fucking Allen Iverson said that shit, and he's like, "I'm never coming off the bench. So if you're not going to have
nobody wants him,
if you're not going to start me, I'm just never going to play again." That's what Iverson did. Iverson was the same way. He went to Memphis. They're like, "You're going to come off the bench." He's like, "No, I would rather retire.
I'm not doing that." Yeah,
I'm Allen fucking Iverson.
There's teams that would be like, "Yeah, like you want to play some backup point and come off the bench with some energy? That'd be cool. We'll do that." And he's going to say, "I don't fucking do that shit." No one's going to start. Like, he's a disaster. He can't play anymore. Arguably could never play that well. There was a time, but
Prime Russ was sick. He had his flaws. He was sick. He's always had his flaws.
Extreme flaws. Significant flaws. But
one of the best athletes I've ever seen play in the NBA, which is saying
something. All right, I don't think that's that hot, but I
mean,
I can see it's kind of hot.
Never plays a game again. Pretty hot, but we'll see. I don't know.
But I see the path. Okay.
NFL hot takes. We've got a bunch. I don't really know if there's a better, good, bad way to go about this.
I do have them vaguely organized by conference and division-ish kind of things play off each other a bit. Let the first one rip. You can start it at 10 or at 1, whatever you'd like.
I don't really have them. I don't have mine organized very well, so I'm just going to kind of go down the line here, and maybe the conversation will dictate what I bring up here.
Okay.
Here's a spicy one. Okay. I think this is I don't know how much I believe this take. I think a lot of these takes I don't know how much I believe, but I think there's
agree.
some credence
I know what you're saying.
Kansas City Chiefs finished 4th in the AFC West this year. How hot of a take? Give me let's do this.
That's hot.
How spicy a take is the Kansas City Chiefs finishing 4th in the AFC West? Best division in football. I think that's not debatable, right?
No, with how bad the Seahawks are, that's not debatable. And the Browns are pretty bad.
Steelers are bad.
Steelers are not that good. Yeah, I think that's not debatable.
All 4 of these teams would be favored to win the NFC East, without a doubt.
I almost wrote down that the Chiefs missed the playoffs as a hot take.
Kind of in the same vein. Mine's a little bit, a bit more extreme than that. Let me lay out the case.
Okay, I know what I know the case. Lay it out.
The defense. I mean, they've improved a bit. They added some rookies that they're going to rely on, and a lot of this is devil's advocate. I don't know how much I buy into this because I do like the rookies, like McDuffie at corner. I like.
Good pick, I think.
They lose Hill. We saw Mahomes kind of show that he is human last year. We kind of were all at a place collectively where we assumed he was literally God and could do nothing wrong. We saw that is not the case. We saw it in the playoffs, and basically with their season on the line, it's not 100% his fault, but he did not really do what he needed to do to get them to that Super Bowl. Andy Reid's been doing this a while. I don't know, man. I think it's not totally out of the question that Juju Smith-Schuster and Marquez Valdez-Scantling aren't gonna be these God-level receivers that it seems like people are kind of penciling them in for. I mean, Marquez Valdez-Scantling is driving me crazy how much people are just eschewing that he's going to be a star. The guy did nothing in Green Bay. I don't want to say these guys grow on trees, but there's plenty of 6'4" fast guys in the NFL that are just not very productive. There's a lot of Brashad Perrimans out there that are like, yeah, his combine shit is great, but can he play football?
Yeah, it's weird that people want to make the argument. And to be fair, I think he's looked pretty good in camp, whatever. Happens for a lot of guys, and they don't pan out. But it's weird people want to make the argument that, like, oh, Mahomes is gonna unlock him. He's gonna turn him into a viable NFL. He just played with one of the greatest, most talented quarterbacks the game has ever seen. Aaron Rodgers wasn't able to turn him into a top 25, 30. I mean, it just because he's playing with Mahomes now in this offense, I don't think that is going to put him over the top. Mecole Hardman's already injured. Juju looked old and slow for a 25-year-old receiver. I almost wrote down that they missed the playoffs, so I'm on the same page. The window, I don't want to say it is closed, but the cap hit is in full effect at this point. Mahomes, the new contract is on the books. The roster erodes around you. You can do nothing about it when your quarterback is making $45 million a year. You just can't keep the same teams together. I think they're in complete opposite ends of the spectrum from the Chargers. They have the young quarterback on the cheap deal. They have a loaded roster. I think they're much worse top to bottom than them. And yeah, a lot of excitement for the Raiders and the new quarterback in Denver. Not that hard of a case to make. I think that is fourth place
out of
would be surprising, but
100 jalapenos. How spicy is that take? Fourth in the AFC West for the Kansas City Chiefs. I'd put that at about 85.
I was going to say like upper 70s. Yeah, 75 to 80.
Pretty hot.
Yeah, pretty hot.
Okay, let me tie this in with my next take, which is obviously less hot, but let's give the other side. The Chiefs win the Super Bowl this upcoming season. How hot of a take? Just off the top, how hot of a take is it the Chiefs win the Super Bowl this upcoming season?
The Chiefs?
Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah.
How hot of it? I mean, like they have the best quarterback, I don't know, and one of the best coaches. It wouldn't be, I don't know, not that hot. 40? I don't know.
Sure. Yeah. No, I agree. I think so too. But I think just the discussion, I think I probably lean more that they're going to be really good this year than that they're going to be really bad.
They do have the best quarterback and one of the best coaches in the league.
I think there is a little bit of some people that, on the other side of what I did say about how they're propping this team up, that are disrespecting them a little bit. I think the D-line for their team is good. I really do like the rookies they brought in, but to ask for reliance on Karlaftis and McDuffie, what's his name? Ladarius Sneed?
Legarius,
right? Legarius Sneed, very good corner, real deal.
They lost Tyrann Mathieu though,
but they brought in Eric Reed. I think Eric Reed's a very good player, and I think I do think
Eric Reed was the guy that former
Eric
Chief.
Reed, I believe he's still there. Eric Reed went some. I'm pretty sure he's still
Justin Reed. Eric. Oh no, I'm thinking of Eric Berry, the guy that had cancer. I was thinking of Eric Berry. It's Justin Reed. It's the safety.
I don't know. There's a safety named Eric Reed. Is there also a safety named Justin Reed?
There's a safety on their team named Justin Reed.
Okay, well, Justin Reed then. That's who I'm thinking of. Apparently they're brothers. They definitely look like twins. Okay. Eric Reed and Justin Reed. Good for them. But Justin Reed, very good player, very good safety. And usually when there's guys like this that are like, they just kind of let Tyrann Mathieu walk for nothing, usually they didn't just do that just because. There's usually some credence, especially with a team that has won more games the last decade than any other team in the NFL. And the Kansas City Chiefs, a little fun stat for you. In the last 10 years, I think they and the Patriots are tied for the most wins in the NFL. So consistently, they're very, very good. I think it's, like we said, crazy to think they'll finish fourth, but not totally in the
you can make a
outer realm of possibilities. I think the run game will be better this year. This Rutgers kid, this rookie, people are falling in love with him. We'll see how he looks. But Chiefs, Super Bowl champs. Why don't you go and throw one out there, Wes?
Good one. I like it. This it's kind of a dual team one. They're very much related. The Philadelphia Eagles are the 1 seed in the conference. They win the 1 seed
entire NFC. Wow.
And the Cowboys missed the playoffs.
I have the Cowboys finish 4th in the division.
I think the Cowboys are going to suck.
I think it's going to be a fucking circus in Dallas this year. I think it's going to blow up big time, especially with this Tyron Smith going down. The left tackle, bad news. They already have basically no weapons outside of CD Lamb to throw to. Dalton Schultz is fine. Ezekiel Elliott's, in my opinion, getting a little bit washed. The defense, I can tell you one thing. I don't think Trevon Diggs is picking off 14 passes, whatever the fuck he picked off last year.
The defense scored like 10 touchdowns.
Parsons is like another season like he had last year away from being like the best defensive player in football. So they got that going for him. But one player on defense does not make a good defense. I don't know. I think they still have a pretty talented team, but not crazy talented. But like you said, the Eagles also very, very talented team. I think it'll all ride on if Jalen Hurts cannot turn the ball over.
Yeah, and he's been impressing so far this summer, improving his passing. Last year with him at quarterback, they won double-digit games. They were pretty good. Playoffs? They got a bunch of their linemen back. They have a bunch of offensive line injuries. Arguably, you could say likely the best offensive line in the league. They bring in A.J. Brown, who apparently is like best friends with Jalen Hurts. Been chemistry, 10 out of 10 off the charts for those guys. Like their defense. They got the falling Nakobe Dean. They drafted Jordan Davis. I liked what they did in the draft. I think they're really good. Do I think they actually do win the 1 seed? I mean, it's
a lot of good teams in the NFC.
Yeah,
so
but
this is a hot take.
There are Rams, Super Bowl hangover. 49ers are starting a quarterback that hasn't played since North Dakota State. Don't like the Cardinals. Seahawks obviously bad. Tampa and Green Bay. We'll get to Green Bay.
You got some Green Bay takes. I don't really have any Green Bay takes, so I'm interested.
We'll get to Green Bay. But yeah, the South is quite bad outside of the Buccaneers and maybe the Saints. We'll see. And maybe the West beats up on each other, and there's some question marks there. And maybe Aaron Donald's put in prison because he's beating people with helmets. I don't know. But they win 13, 14 games and are the 1 seed. Philadelphia Eagles. That's my hot take.
Philadelphia Eagles, number 1 seed. I'll give that a 73 spicy peps on the hot take scale.
Fair.
It's pretty hot. Not that hot though. Cowboys missing the playoffs, not that hot, I don't think.
Especially with this Tyron Smith stuff, I think their line is just in shambles.
Finishing 4th behind the Giants and Washington. That's pretty hot take, right?
Boy, the
Giants.
That'd be hot.
The Giants are almost certainly going to be absolute fucking dog water.
Yeah, we'll see.
The Commanders
I love
could
Brian
be respectable. I mean, Daniel Jones just isn't it. The weapons offensively, like I like Tony, I like Wan'Dale Robinson, but I don't know. They'll be fun. You know, both those guys with the ball in their hands are pretty electric, but relying on Yak as your main source of yardage is not a really sustainable mode of offense.
I would say them finishing 4th is 85-ish out of it's a high
here we go
level.
Talking Giants, just thought of one in my head. Saquon Barkley leads the NFL in rushing yards this year.
I mean, if he stays healthy, that's not. Yeah, that would, I guess, be the factor there. If he stays healthy, I don't think that's that hot of a take because they're going to be pretty bad. They're going to lean on him. Maybe he leads the league in total yards, maybe receiving and rushing combined. That would be a little more likely. But yeah, they're going to lean on him. They're going to be pretty bad.
He's going to get a lot of touches.
Can't move. Kenny Galladay's like a tight end at this point.
Yeah, that wasn't a very good signing by the old G-men. It turns out he has not been very productive for that squad.
Shout out Northern Illinois Huskies.
Yeah, you and I all day, baby. What's Jordan Lynch up to, you think?
Probably just tearing up campus still, honestly.
Probably playing the CFL.
Yeah.
Maybe
I keep getting older. They're staying the same age type of deal.
What's the name of the town? You and I.
Local legend.
Where's that at? Start with
DeKalb?
Nope, that's Western Illinois.
No, that's in Macomb.
Then DeKalb. Then you're right. It is DeKalb. You're smart.
Yeah, I got my directional Illinois down. Where's
Okay.
Eastern? Charleston or some shit?
Charleston, baby. That's right down the road
Yeah.
for me. All right. So what I say, Saquon leads the league in rushing. Cowboys missed the playoffs / finish 4th. Here we go, Wes.
Yeah.
LA Rams missed the playoffs. How hot of a take?
I made the case for the Eagles to win the 1 seed, Super Bowl hangover. I think it's pretty hot.
Tough division.
You said the NFC was. I don't know how deep it is. Like it has some top heavy. I just don't know.
A lot of really bad teams, but I think there's definitely more. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably about even with good teams from division to division.
That's pretty hot. I can't see them missing the playoffs.
Let's lay it out here. The O-line, they're losing Whitworth. They've got a lot of question marks on the O-line. The O-line wasn't elite last year anyway.
No.
We've got some concerning, depending on who you want to believe, some concerning arm issues for Stafford already. I've heard some quarterbacks that are
a non-factor, but
that have said quarterback on a pitch count on deep balls is not a normal thing that we see very often, but it's also 2022, modern medicine, modern football could just be a different way of doing things. And these guys that are retired are just like, probably could have played longer had you
I'm pretty sure in the we talked Cowboys Hard Knocks. I think Dak had a similar thing last year. It's like a pitcher, like a pitching type of injury. And if there was a real problem, he wouldn't be throwing at all. Is my thing. Like, if it was a concern, there'd be no throwing at all. I think he's totally fine. But
also
we're making a case here. We're making a case.
Von Miller gone. I think down the stretch of the season last year, the pass rush was a big reason why they were so effective on defense. The pass rush is just without a doubt going to be worse without Von Miller. I don't think that's a very hot take.
No.
I think there's people of the mind that as smart and as legendary as Bobby Wagner is, he's not even close to the player that he once was. I could be wrong about that, but there's a strong contingent of people that say he's gotten a little too slow. He can't move like he used to, and his brain is not gonna tackle guys with his brain. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the case. Also, they made the playoffs last year, but I think as there is with any team that wins the Super Bowl, there was some luck involved in that run. I think Antoine Winfield, or whoever that safety was in Tampa Bay, blowing that coverage is fucking insane to this day that happened. Can't take much away from him against Cincinnati, but it is, it's a fucking Doctor Strange. We have one outcome out of a million that is going to win us this game, and Matt Stafford went out there and did it. So, that's not luck, but it's unlikely. So, and I guess this take is not that they won't win the Super Bowl. I don't think that's a hot take that they won't win the Super Bowl, because when's the last time any team won back-to-back Super Bowls? I can't even remember. The Patriots, in 2002, was that the last time? Probably. Like
I would say it's
very,
very, very unlikely that they win the Super Bowl again. But
the fact they missed the playoffs. I think on paper they're worse than San Francisco on paper. I think San Francisco on paper, maybe should be one of my hot takes. San Francisco on paper is the most talented team in the NFL. But
possibly.
The quarterback is a question mark. So
correct.
All right. How hot of a take? Rams missed the playoffs.
Pretty high. I think outside of obviously if Stafford gets hurt, if some guys get hurt, that's a different thing. But I think it's pretty high, also 85 to 90. I think it's pretty unlikely that they missed the playoffs.
Give me a percentage chance of the Rams making the playoffs if John Wolford starts every game this year. Percentage chance that they make the playoffs.
If John Wolford starts every game?
He's their backup, right? Rams backup?
Yeah, I believe so. Low, less than 5%.
Man, I remember that 1 week where he was going to play that playoff game, and then Goff came in. That was fun. We had fun. That guy does not look like he should be anywhere near starting a quarterback in an NFL
No,
game.
it was like one of those things where he would run around a bunch, and it was like that kid that got into the end of the game. You're just like, go, 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 go.
Yeah.
No, you almost, oh, God, they hit him hard. They hit him really hard.
He's getting up, though. That's good.
That looked bad. He did get up. Get back in there. That's oof. Oof. That was.
Yeah, the varsity quarterback goes down. You got to bring in the freshman in there, and he's just playing with fucking grown men. You're like, God damn, this is kind of scary. I feel kind of bad about this.
Just rolling the dice every snap. And then he did. He got like carted off in an ambulance one game.
Yep.
Like finally just literally broke his neck. Like broke his vertebrae.
No offense to John Wolford, but
no, he's like was
funny.
Super entertaining and like made some plays. He could run around a bit, but he just like was too small and just like got drilled. It's the game.
We're probably going to see at least a few snaps of him this year.
These men are 300 pounds. It's going to hurt. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think it's pretty hot. They did lose a pretty good amount. It's fair. And I do think top to bottom, San Francisco is better. Huge quarterback concern. I think the Cardinals are overrated. I'm not big on the Cardinals, and obviously the Seahawks are bad. Maybe I'm a little. Maybe it's like an 80 out of 100 on the hot. But
sure,
missing the playoffs is pretty bad. They have some extra wild card. I mean, it's pretty bad.
They certainly have far too good of a team to not make the playoffs. Something will have to have gone pretty wrong.
Yeah. Okay. I have some NFC North hot takes. Maybe they're not that hot, honestly. Maybe they're not that hot. It doesn't really have that much to do with the Packers, but I think the Bears are going to have the worst record in the league.
Not a hot take at all.
That's not that hot.
I think on paper they're just objectively the worst team.
They're terrible. I think the Vikings win that division, and I think Justin Jefferson is the offensive player of the year. Thoughts?
Not that hot of a take. I think Justin Jefferson is, without a doubt, one of the 3-4 best receivers in the NFL. I think Adams, Kupp, and then he's right there in the discussion after those two, in my opinion. I think Kirk Cousins gets a little disrespected as a quarterback. I think he's a colossal fucking loser, but pretty good player.
Loser. Pretty good.
Dalvin Cook playing a full year. He's one of the best running backs in the league.
True.
The defense, I would question. The pass rush is okay. I don't think they're exceptional at any part on the defensive side of the ball, so that would be the worry. I don't know if you've ever heard this, but defense wins championships.
Maybe I'll pivot and throw this in reverse and say a positive hot take for the Packers. The Packers have the best defense in the NFL.
I don't think that's crazy at all.
I think their defense is stacked.
I think maybe this is a hot take that I think the Packers will be better this year than they were last year. They don't have much room to get much better, but maybe my take would be that they will make it deeper in the playoffs this year. I don't know. I kind of feel like I don't want to say this because really good receivers might be wasted on Aaron Rodgers. It kind of seems like he's just going to throw to who he's going to throw to, and like he'll just throw you open whoever the fuck you are. I don't want to gas him up too much. Like Devontae Adams is like the best receiver on the planet. That's not debatable. I don't know.
I think Aaron Rodgers might get off on like making nobodies like 13.
I think so too. I really do. And I think if you get on his bad side, like maybe that's a little bit what MVS does. Like if you fuck up a few times, he's just never going to throw you the ball. They'll have a full year of Tunyon this year. I think he loves throwing to Big Rob.
Yeah.
They'll have a full year of Bakhtiari. Bakhtiari missed some time last year, right?
Yeah, that's true.
We're hearing a lot of good things about the rookies. Romeo Dubs. How long before I figure out how you say that? Dubs, Daubs?
I think it's
Dubs.
I've been sold a bill of goods that is Dobbs, like Dobbs.
Dobbs. I'm not going to say it that way. That's just not.
I like Dubs.
I like Dubs.
Both
Romeo
of those are good.
Dubs. I'm going to go Dubs. He's Dubs now.
All right.
Seeing good things with him. We'll see. I don't think it's that hot of a take. I really think the Packers are going to be the Packers this year, though. I
probably
realistically do not see the Vikings win. So I'll give that like a 71.
Okay, that's fair. People don't realize how good their defense is going to be. I'm telling you,
they have the best corner in the league.
More defense. Jair Alexander is a dog.
Outside of Jalen Ramsey, probably the best corner in the league. I think he's even getting close that you could make the argument now that he's
very
there.
Good.
Amos at safety's a stud. Zadarius Smith's a stud. Preston Smith's a stud.
Drafted linebacker from Utah.
Yeah. Kenny Clark, is he still there? Is he still the D tackle? If he is, he's a stud.
Yeah. Irregardless of where he's playing, stud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going to be an absolute force on defense. I think they, other than Cleveland, probably have the best running back duo in the NFL. Is that a hot take? I don't think it is, right?
No, I don't think so.
Dylan is probably the best second string running back in the league. I think that's pretty safe to say.
Who are we asking about?
Kenny Clark.
I don't think they do. Oh, no, they do. Yeah, they do.
So they're gonna be monstrous. They're gonna be animals.
They got Devontae Wyatt too from Georgia. They're sick. Really, really good.
They're gonna be shutting people down. They're gonna get up in that cold weather.
Gary, Devondrick, it's Quay Walker.
That's a team
Quay Walker. I don't want his name.
I do not want to go play them in the cold weather when it comes to nut cutting time.
Yeah, they got Quay Walker, not Devin Lloyd. My bad. Hey, here's a hot take. Just take all the players from that Georgia defense.
Mm-hmm. Philadelphia. Look at them. It's going to work out, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, last one in the NFC for me. It's real quick. Kyle Pitts, best tight end in the league, all pro at tight end in the NFL.
Love Kyle Pitts. Not a hot take for me. I mean, it is a hot take. It's a hot take that he's going to be better than Travis Kelce because Travis Kelce has been
I think
the best tight end.
Have like 1,500 receiving yards.
Yeah, no, I think so too. Here's the thing. It's almost unfair because he's basically just a wide receiver. Like, other than the position he's listed at, he's just a wide receiver. So, like, even comparing him as a tight end is a little unfair.
Yeah.
He's like fast Mike Evans, basically, which is fucking insane to say.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's 6'6", jumps out of the gym, runs a 4.3.5 or whatever the fuck he runs. He's an absolute mutant.
Yeah.
He's an absolute fucking mutant. He's the most talented tight end in the NFL. It's not close at all. He's a freak show.
Yeah. Okay. Not a hot take. That was
Well, I don't know, because Travis Kelce is the second best tight end to ever live. So to say he's going to be better than Kelce, who has been so far and away the best tight end in the NFL.
Let's talk about that. Do you think so? Do you think he's ahead of Gates and Gonzalez and all those guys? I don't know what the stats would say at all, so I don't.
I mean, I would assume the stats say, because of how much more we throw the ball, that by the end of his career, he's just going to have way more yards. Those guys played for fucking ever, though. So we'll see. And how much do you value blocking?
Bloomer.
He's not a blocker. Yeah.
No.
I mean, but in terms of threats in the pass game,
pretty good.
I don't know. It's not much better. Not much better than him. His run after obviously Gronk is the best of all time. I don't think it's any debate there. He's a weapon, the likes of which we've never seen in the NFL. An absolute fucking machine. Prime Gronk was something to fucking behold.
Wild.
I don't understand. And I've never seen a guy that looks so slow when he's running, but is actually moving so fast.
He's so like bumbling and like
he looks like painful whenever he runs, but he's just outrunning corners and shit,
and just like choke slamming dudes to the ground.
Untackleable. If he gets to that second level and there's secondary guys trying to tackle him, no shot, not a chance. Never drops balls. Fucking animal.
He scored like 16 or 17 touchdowns that one year with Brady. Pretty good. Does he play another snap in the NFL? Yes or no?
I'll say no, because I think Tom's done after this year. Either he plays for the Bucs this year.
This year.
No, I don't think so.
Last dance. You don't think so? No. They're dropping like flies.
We'll get to some Tampa Bay takes that I have here. So,
okay, go ahead.
Was that the end of that point? Yeah, Green Bay.
Pretty much.
We're gonna preview. We both love I don't know if we're gonna go through the win totals for every team, but we're definitely gonna give our Super Bowl picks, conference picks.
Definitely. Yeah, we'll do that probably next week.
We'll do that next week. Before the season. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that I pick the Packers to make it to the Super Bowl. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
You love. If there's one thing you love, it's Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's so anti my entire MO, but the defense is it's compelling.
I'm telling you, nobody knows. It's fucking disgusting. It's the best in the league. It's awesome.
It's unfair that they have arguably the best quarterback in the NFL also with that defense.
Is this the way to go? Just say fuck receivers and like load up defense and like, I mean, obviously getting like one of the best quarterbacks of all time helps, that can make receivers good.
Here's what I'm saying. We're going to go off of this, and this will be a good sample this season. I think it is not crazy at all to say that Miami and Vegas both don't make the playoffs this year after they fucking sold the farm to get 2 of the 5 best receivers in the NFL. It doesn't matter that much. If the guys don't block and the quarterback can't throw, the receivers are fucking useless. They don't matter. I mean, luckily, I think Derek Carr is pretty good, but historically, I think I looked at some article, like whenever you kind of sell out to get a big time receiver, it doesn't equate to wins. Like, it's nice to have these guys, but if you got the quarterback and you got an NFL caliber guy that can get open and catch the ball,
we've gone through a cycle enough in this new offensive era to where there's just so many guys. There's like Romeo Dubes out of Nevada is like a stud. Like, there's just so many guys that are going to be drafted. They're going to be in college every year. The receiver's going to be so deep. Just paying one of them $25 million just can't be right.
The amount of
like running back now.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more important.
Obviously, they don't get hurt as much. Yeah.
Give me a left tackle. Give me a pass rusher. Give me a guy that's covering these receivers all day.
Yeah.
Not to take anything away from Davante Adams, one of the best wide receivers I've ever seen. An absolute flawless player. He has no notes from me on him as a football player. The guy has no weaknesses. Tyreek Hill, fastest guy I've ever seen play football. Unbelievable.
Ever seen do anything, honestly, outside of Usain Bolt? Like, I don't.
Yeah.
He gets faster with pads on. It's fucking stupid.
He makes really fast guys look not very fast. But yeah, I think there's a very, very good chance neither of those teams make the playoffs this year.
I think I like parts of Miami. I like some of their defensive pieces too, but yeah.
I think both those teams are pretty good, but I don't think getting a Tyreek Hill and a Davante Adams really puts you over the top. That's not the area where it puts you over the top. Yeah. It helps. It certainly makes you better, makes you more dangerous.
Cool. Yeah.
If I'm an AFC West team and I got to line up and my third best guy is covering Hunter Renfrow, we're probably a little bit fucked. He's going to get open probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Who was it? Oh, it was Derwin James talking about Hunter Renfrow. Respect.
He's good.
Yeah.
I think it's not crazy to think he could have a Cooper Kupp sort of trajectory. They're obviously the comp because they're both white, but
yeah, they are white.
In terms of elite top of the barrel route running, those guys got it in spades.
Technicians. Yeah, really good. Shout out. Yeah, it was cool to see him give
I loved all the other guys were kind of like Hunter Renfrow. He's like, yes.
Watch the film. Yes. Watch the film, dog. Yeah, he's good. No joke. All right, go hit me with some more hot takes. Got on a bit of a tangent there, but that's fine. That's what it's.
Here's an NFC take for you.
Okay, I've got no more in the NFC really.
Let's see. How many more do I have? A couple, but some of them.
Give me the Buccaneers. Give me the Buccaneers one.
Ooh, okay. Well, I just have the Buccaneers and miss the playoffs. I think there's a scenario where it's a fucking circus down there. The Jensen going down, huge problem for them. The O-line being banged up.
Brady doesn't like that pressure up the middle. Doesn't like that pressure in the lap.
Marpet retired. Jensen hurt.
Here's an idea. Gronk comes out of retirement to play guard.
Yeah, sure.
Thoughts?
Sure. I think the run game already was not great. I mean, Fournette played well last year, but, they don't have one of the better run games in the league. I think this rookie being the third down guy will help. He hasn't really had Bernard to an extent, but hasn't really had the third down James White type since he's been in Tampa.
True.
Getting healthy Godwin and healthy Evans for a full season, I think that is good. That'll help. The secondary, as we talked about a lot last year, pretty shit. I don't know what's. I guess I don't know what's their corner situation this year. Still bad? Did they add somebody?
Well, the problem was that they all got hurt. They had
Carlton Davis,
Carlton
right?
Davis,
He's back.
Jamel Dean. I think they had another guy,
Yeah.
Sean Murphy Bunning. I think they're all still there. Let me see.
Yeah, they are. I'm pretty sure you're right. So that'll help.
They just all got hurt last year.
You know, not to fucking beat a dead horse here, but Tom Brady eventually's got to stop being this fucking good, right?
Does he? He led the league in passing touchdowns and yards last year as a 44-year-old man, which is fucking nuts.
Oh, what a joke that guy is. What an absolute joke. So, yeah, I'm not going to count on that. But I think Tom missing all this time. I think Tom kind of wrestling with the front office like, I'm going to retire. I'm not going to retire. I don't want what's his dick. I think what's his name? Arians being like, fuck this. I'm out. I'm not coaching anymore. This Brady sitch is kind of bullshit. I don't really want to fuck with it. My antennas are up that Tampa Bay could be a little bit of a mess this year. Like all the great legends of the WWE, sometimes the best you go out on your back, baby.
Yeah, much like the Packers, I'm afraid that their defense is going to be just too good. I mean, they have a lot. They have
best front seven in the NFL. Is that a hot take?
Possibly, yeah. Levante David, Devin White. They've got
Vita Vea. They got Hakeem Hicks this year, which is a huge get.
Hicks. I mean, they got somebody else who I was just looking at it. Where'd it go? Yeah, Barrett. All those corners. Demons. They signed Keanu Neal. They have Logan Ryan.
Good D.
Get Hakeem Hicks. Yeah, they have a really, really good front seven. We'll see.
It's going to be real hard to run the ball on that team. Not going to happen a lot. Oh my God. Yeah, they go 4-down line with 3 linebackers with Hicks and Vita Vea in the middle. Like, good fucking luck.
Vita Vea is probably the best run-stopping tackle in the league, I would say. Maybe Jordan Davis is now, but we'll see how he plays. But yeah, they're going to be nasty up front for sure.
Bounce it outside. You got Devin White's the fastest linebacker in the NFL. I mean, just good luck.
Pretty good.
Good luck. That being said, I think the offensive line with Brady is going to be a big issue. Obviously, a guy like Brady who gets the ball out faster than anybody in the history of the game probably makes your O-line look better than it is a lot of times. But
yeah,
my antennas are up. The Tampa Bay could be a bit of a mess. I don't like the situation. I don't like what I've seen in the offseason.
Assuming health, I think that's like a 95. I mean, I just don't think that's
the playoffs.
Yeah,
bad division.
The division's so bad.
Here's okay. I'll bounce that off into this. The New Orleans Saints win the NFC South.
I mean, that's the option. I think they did a lot of good things on offense.
Speaking of defenses that I really like.
Yeah, me too. I like them too.
Really good defense over there.
That's where Matthew ended up. Tyrann Mathieu ended up there, I think. Right? Am I right about that?
Correct.
Yeah. Marshawn Lattimore, very good. What's their middle linebacker?
Demario Davis.
Psycho.
Dog.
Demario Davis. Dog.
He is a throwback to like growing up, like the Ray Lewis era of guys. It's just like that guy is scary.
Yes.
Obviously all NFL players IRL are scary because they're big fucking mutant men, but he is a guy among scary men that is extra scary.
Definitely. Yeah, I think that they added the Ohio State receiver. They had some like kind of old slot guys that'll, be reliable. Jarvis. Kamara.
Really good O-line, pretty good O-line, solid
pretty
O-line.
Good O-line. I like Jameis more than most people.
Yeah, so do I. Obviously, big-time talent, works very hard. It just all comes down to whether he turns the ball over. If he can manage the turnovers a bit, which it's one of these things in a lot of sports, we do this with guys where it's like, if he can, it's year 7. He's probably just not going to do that.
One of these times.
He's probably just going to keep throwing interceptions.
Yeah.
Maybe not, though. Yeah. Obviously, he's talented. They got good guys. I like Olave a lot. Kamara's a weapon. Makes offense a lot easier when you got him back there. Just throw it to him a yard away from the line. Let him do his fucking thing.
Yeah, that's the option if Tampa falters for sure.
Kind of dual similar thing. Minnesota, for whatever reason, always kind of has the Packers number in the season, and the Saints kind of always have had Tampa's number. Like head to head, they just always seem to beat them for whatever reason.
Yeah, you're right.
So I don't think that one. I mean, it's a pretty hot take because Tampa Bay is, going to be. Are they probably favored to win the NFC right now? They're definitely up there in odds. I probably should pull that up.
Man, it's got to be either the Rams will be up there,
the Rams
Packers will be up there,
Packers. But they have probably shorter than 4-1 odds to win the Super Bowl. It was, so it's pretty hot.
That's
take.
pretty low, but it's
shorter than 5-1, shorter than 6-1.
I got a scorcher for you. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's gonna get hot. Okay. It's gonna get hot in here.
Unleash it. Hey, give him the heater. I'm here to catch it.
I got a couple. So I did. As you can tell, I've kind of went by division and kind of like if this happens, then maybe this happens.
We're talking AFC now.
Oh, we're talking AFC.
Are we going east to west? We're talking AFC East.
We're getting warm. The weather's getting warm too. We're going south. Any guesses?
Here we go. Jacksonville Jaguars make the playoffs.
Win the division.
Win the division. That's a hot take. That is a lot of spicy peps.
The division.
Oh, Wes, I don't know.
This relies on a few things. Matt Ryan being fucking washed, like deader than dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which, that's not out of the realm of possibility. He's pretty fucking dead.
Yeah, I think I watched some clips. He's better last year than I thought he was. He's certainly not elite MVP by any stretch.
Matt Ryan.
But I think definitely go on. Give your spiel.
It's mostly revolves around Matt Ryan not being able to hack it in the end. I think Lawrence was the number one recruit, was the number one draft pick, was the next Peyton Manning, was the next Andrew Luck, and he was coached by Urban Meyer. And take him out of the equation, I think Doug Peterson's a pretty good coach. I think they have a lot of young ascending players because they've been quite terrible for quite some time. They have the number one pick. They've signed Christian Kirk. Did they pay him too much? Yeah, probably. But he's looked very good in the preseason.
Also, you're not paying anybody else, so
you're not paying anybody else.
Fuck it. Deal?
It's really Doug Peterson being like 1,000 times better than Urban Meyer. It's Trevor Lawrence taking a step and becoming a top 10 quarterback. It's Matt Ryan kind of faltering. I think the Titans. We could talk about the Titans. I think they might be in trouble. I think here's the piggyback on that division. Malik Willis starts more than 0 games for the Titans this season.
I have that down also.
Maybe a lot more than 0.
My take. Well, I guess you're kind of saying what I'm saying. Malik Willis will start over a healthy Ryan Tannehill this year.
That's a non-injury related. Yes, benching. Agree.
We're there. That's probably pretty hot because Ryan Tannehill's still a pretty good quarterback, although whenever it counts, he kind of shits the bed. But
I think Titans can be in
I'm
trouble.
not going to lie to you, Wes. I'm looking at this Jacksonville roster. It is not incredibly inspiring. Whenever you're like, what are your weapons? And you tell me Christian Kirk, Marvin Jones, Zay Jones, and Evan Ingram. I'm not going to lie, Wes. It doesn't get me very fired up.
That's true, and that's fair. Marvin Jones, reliable for a young quarterback. Going to be a guy willing to go over the middle, willing to get it dirty over the middle. Zay Jones.
No disrespect to those players.
Good camp. Had a really good camp.
No disrespect to those players. I'm not going to lie, Wes.
It's pretty good. Travis Etienne back.
I've only heard of 2 of these people they have on defense. Trevon Walker and Josh Allen. I've never heard of a single one of these other.
Arden Key. Okay.
I don't know him.
Dwayne Smoot. Do you go to Illinois? I don't go to Illinois.
Dwayne Smoot. Am I even looking at the right depth chart here? Who the fuck where is he? What position?
I'm looking at he's on the defensive line.
Dwayne Smoot.
He did go to Illinois. He's okay. He's a vet.
There he is.
He's a nice defensive line.
Sure.
I'm seeing Caleb Chason. Do you see the video of Caleb Chason doing that weird T-Rex thing on the line on Twitter?
No.
He's like in the sand doing like this like defensive line drill. Like,
sure. All right. I love some weird shit.
He's a little post-hype sleeper. He was a big prospect. I think he went to LSU. Kind of didn't play well. And
good name.
Devin Lloyd. You know Devin Lloyd?
Oh yeah, he Michigan,
linebacker.
Right?
Linebacker. He was the Utah linebacker.
Oh, who am I thinking of? Who's the Michigan linebacker? I think was a rookie maybe last year or 2 years ago. Devin Bush, did he play at Michigan?
Devin Bush is a Steeler.
Pittsburgh
He's probably in his
linebacker.
fourth. He's probably in like his fourth year. He did. I think
Who's
he did
the Michigan linebacker when they played Michigan State? He went out to the 50-yard line and started stomping on the logo and got in a fight. He's middle linebacker. What is that guy's name?
I don't know.
He was a first-round pick, I believe.
They have Shaquille Griffin. He's a decent corner.
His brother just retired. Shout out.
Nice vet. Shout out.
They played with one hand. Pretty good.
Another piece to your Rams crumbling. They signed the opposite corner of Jalen Ramsey, Darius Williams, who was like a 5th or 6th round pick that played very well for the Rams. They signed
Devin
him to a
Bush.
contract.
I'm a genius.
Yeah, well, he's like a 4th or 5th year player. So, no, I get it. They're not going to win the division. All right, it's a hot take, but I think Matt Ryan.
I give that like a 90. I give that like a 90.
Matt Ryan stinks. Okay.
I think I'm pretty high. I think I'm kind of bought in on the Colts this year.
Yeah, I think they're going to be pretty good too. But I'm formulating takes here.
Taylor is so good, and the system is so good. Like they were good with Phil Rivers. Phil Rivers was deader than dead.
He was.
Like Matt Ryan, I don't think is that dead yet. So I'll take it. And I think the receivers now are better than they were then.
Ooh. Here's a hot take for your Colts love.
I think I know what you're going to say.
What am I going to say?
Something about Michael Pittman leading the league in receiving or something?
That's exactly what I'm going to say. But outside of that, Offensive Player of the Year.
Ooh, that's pretty spicy, especially when he's the teammate of the guy who's the favorite to probably win that award in Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably the favorite, right? Him, McCaffrey, Derrick Henry.
Definitely.
Cooper Kupp's probably the favorite.
Yeah, that's probably true.
He won it last year.
That's probably true. He's definitely top 3.
All I've heard is Michael Pittman has just lit camp on fire. Like Matt Ryan.
I like Michael Pittman.
Throws it to him like every play. Throws it to him like every snap. One of the
Julio Jones
writers said that the way they're using Michael Pittman, he's going to catch 140 passes. He just throws it to him every play.
That's good.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that. And I also back that I think we could get some trouble in Nashville this year. I think.
Me too.
Derrick Henry, he got hurt last year. I think we're bound to get to a point where it's just not going to work. Maybe we're there. Maybe we're not. Tannehill's not great, and you take away the only really threat down the field that they had in A.J. Brown. I say all that to say, but they also have this like vibe now where it's like whoever they put out there, whatever the system scheme that they have drawn up, it just seems like they win 10 games no matter who's playing.
Yeah, Vrabel does seem like a really good coach, and they just have this potential asset in Malik Willis as a 3rd-round pick or whatever the fuck he was, maybe it was 4th round, that they can keep all these players and sign all these players. They just have to know if he's good, and I think they find out.
Yeah, that's a tough one because they do like. It's obvious that Tannehill is like beloved in that locker room, so you kind of have to worry about that.
True.
Being a thing.
He's just not good enough to win a Super Bowl, though.
No, he's not. Unless you have a like 2001 Ravens caliber defense, which they don't. Obviously, we knew this when we watched Malik Willis. Malik Willis, some of the shit he's doing in preseason is hot.
Some of it pretty stupid though. It's all there. It's all there.
Man, I'm not buying in. I understand the people that are watching the highlights. You'd be like, I get it. He runs fast. He throws the ball really far. He doesn't know who to throw it to most of the time, which is a problem.
Yeah. That is a problem. You're absolutely right. I just think we find out. I think they have to know. I think they need to. Maybe they find out.
Do they have to? Do they have to know this year? That's the question. I don't know that they do. I think it is still a pretty hot take that Malik Willis starts over a healthy Ryan Tannehill. Probably, I think there could be a Wally Pipp situation where he goes down, Willis comes in, and then he never comes back out. Them just benching Tannehill outright, that'd be pretty surprising to me.
Yeah. You have any?
Here we go. Trey Lance wins MVP this year.
You don't got to tell me. You don't got to tell me twice. It's pretty hot.
Yeah, pretty hot.
But I love him. They're going to be. They could win like 13 or 14. Like just go nuts. Their team's very good. If he's good, they're going to be a huge problem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
I
if
think they're going to scheme him up a lot of runs. He's going to run.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson of 3 years ago, like easily could run for 1,000 yards easily,
but with a plus arm.
Yeah.
I think the accuracy could be an issue. I think the decision making could still be an issue, but we'll see. That's a pretty hot one.
It's pretty hot, but
it's in the 80s.
I would agree. Yeah, it's pretty hot just because, man, I don't know. Mahomes had no experience really. I mean, Lamar hadn't shown. I mean, you could. I don't know. It's possible.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say mid 80s.
Do you got a lot more? I still have.
No, not really.
Okay.
Let's see. I have. The Ravens were very unlucky last year with injuries. I think they get the 1 seed in the AFC.
I don't think that's that hot. It's a little hot. I'd give that like a 68 probably on the hot take scale. I think they run away with that division though. I don't like any of the other 3 teams really. I think they run away with it.
Ooh, here's one off the
Well, I like the Bengals. I don't want to say they run away with it.
Bengals missed the playoffs.
I was just about to say that. I thought that was a good thing. Historically, there's obviously the stat that teams that lose in the Super Bowl historically almost always, not always, but a lot of the times will miss the playoffs. I have that written down also, but goddamn, if the Bengals, I think they absolutely improved quite a bit from last year. Yeah. I think the O-line is shored up, which was the big key. Better. All those receivers are a year older. The entire offense is still intact. I get it and I understand all that, but I have a hard time not really liking what the Bengals got going on.
Yeah, they did do a good job in the offseason. I don't think they missed the playoffs, but I think the Ravens are a better team.
That's not that hot a take, I don't think. We'll go off the Bengals. Here's a hot take. Maybe it's not a hot take.
Okay.
Jamar Chase is the de facto best wide receiver in the NFL after this year. Like, not even a discussion. He's the guy. What is he now? 5th, 6th, probably?
I think Kupp and Adams and Jefferson and I don't know. I think you talk about Jamar Chase pretty quick.
Yeah, you do. But
Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Debo had a very nice year. I already said Adams. Yeah, I mean
Debo,
top
huge
5.
regression this year.
Yeah, I mean, how many 60-yard touchdowns can you score?
So many goddamn touchdowns. It's not going to happen. He's a great player. He's just not going to score that many touchdowns next year. It's just not going to happen.
No.
PFF had him as the 5th best wide receiver last year, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, without a doubt, you're like, if you don't say it's Jamar Chase, you're wrong. How hot of a take is that?
It's pretty hot. I mean, you're going to at least have a discussion.
Here we go. I mean, Jamar Chase has a huge regression this year. Speaking of guys that scored a lot of 60-yard touchdowns last year.
Would you pick one? Which side are you on?
Well, no. Well, that's the whole point of this exercise. It's like, you know, I don't know if I believe what I believe of any of this, but which one? I guess which one's more likely, that he continues and levels up, or that it's kind of like, oh, he can't just get a 65-yard touchdown every single game, which he basically did last year, which was fucking wild.
Yeah, well, he just kept doing it. I think they asked the other day, it might have been at the joint practice thing, they were talking to Burrow. They were like, what's the game plan? How's the scheme feeling? What do you think? He's like, we got a couple horses on the outside. We're going to throw it deep to him a lot. Maybe he'll just keep scoring 60-yard bombs. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's probably more likely. He's a fucking sicko.
Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty much a kind of a derailment here. Have you ever watched T. Higgins play basketball?
Nope.
My God. That guy, I'm not bullshitting you. I don't think it's crazy to say if he'd picked basketball, he could have played in the NBA. He is a fucking animal.
Really? Where'd you see him? You just played like some
high school tape. He got a bunch of D1 offers to play basketball. I mean, he's like, how tall is T. Higgins? What, like 6'5"? He's on
maybe a little bit short, 6'4". Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, he's on the perimeter, fucking crossing dudes up and jamming on them. Fucking.
I didn't know
really good. Because, you see a lot of these NFL players highlights. You're like, yeah, he's really athletic. He's like dunking on people, but he's like got handle and a shot and is like fucking slamming on people. T. Higgins, I think here's an idea, and they'll never do this. Pro Bowl, fucking one-on-one basketball tournament at the Pro Bowl, that would be electric. Yeah, and if I had to bet right now, my money is almost all of it is going on T. Higgins. Dog.
T. Higgins is that dude. Okay.
Good to know. Go ahead. Get out there. Watch T. Higgins play some hoop.
That's good scouting. That's good. That's good hand in the dirt take on the.
Another thing that I always hear that I actually did watch a clip of this. Apparently, Trent Williams is an unbelievable basketball player, which doesn't surprise me because he's an absolute freak.
Anytime anyone talks about Trent Williams, there's like never seen anything like it in my life.
Like you would never think lineman would be the person, but almost everyone's like, freakiest athlete I've ever seen is Trent Williams. It's not even close. And I watched a video. He is at the top of the key, like shaking dudes, handle, banging threes at 6'7", 295 pounds or whatever he is.
Anyone that ever is just, he's
going to the hole, slamming on dudes.
One. Yeah.
There's like a whole highlight of him in that Green Bay game last year of him just on plays where he's pulling. I mean, these poor fucks at linebacker and DB. I mean, it's like a cartoon when an anvil falls on your head. I'm surprised they weren't like half of their body was just in the fucking turf.
Yeah.
Sick fuck.
Yeah, he's
all right, let's run through some of these.
How hot of a take is it?
How hot of a take? Real quick, Russell Wilson wins MVP this year.
Dude, he's never got a vote before in his life.
That's wild. I didn't know that. That's a wild stat.
No, he's never got an MVP. That's the whole thing. Was it last year when they were? I don't know. When they started really hot and they were like, "Let Russ cook, let him cook." Like, never got an MVP vote in his life. Whoops. If he goes to a new team, the narrative's there. They win the toughest division in the league. 75 hot take. Sure. I mean, that's reasonable. I could see it happen.
Fun one? You want a fun one?
Let's go. Let's get weird.
Mitch Trubisky wins a playoff game this year. How hot?
Pretty fucking hot.
You look at that roster in Pittsburgh. I don't hate it. I think the defense is good, not great. Devin Bush, I just said I like Devin Bush. TJ Watt, one of the best pass rushers in the league. Najee Harris, one of the best backs in the league. Receivers, could be worse. Trubisky, bad system.
I think it's much more likely that Kenny Pickett starts more games in this season than Mitch plays in or wins a playoff game.
In the event the Steelers make the playoffs, though, I think it's much more likely that Mitch Trubisky is the one that takes them there than it is that Kenny Pickett is the one that takes them there. Thoughts on that?
I will agree with that, too. I would agree with that.
But so pretty hot. I would agree. Yeah, winning a playoff game, that's a lot to ask.
Like 90. That's a lot. That's high. Because it'd probably be on the road, too. Like, he's not going to win like 13 games and get a bye or get a home playoff game, probably.
Don't disrespect Mitch.
I'm gonna.
Dolphins pick in the top 10 this year.
I mean, I like their defense. It'd be tough to get up there, but that's not top 10. Isn't like a nightmare season. You could win like 7 games or something.
Yeah.
Like
we'll see. Let's spice it up. Pick in the top 5. Pretty unlikely.
Pretty unlikely. There's some bad teams. The Bears, the Seahawks, the Jets are going to be pretty bad. I think without.
How hot of a take?
And
this is really hot, and this is one I certainly don't believe in. Seattle Seahawks make the playoffs.
No, they're 100? Fucking terrible. 100.
Okay.
No chance.
Dude, I think a lot of these teams would like to have their weapons on offense.
No chance.
But like we just said, the weapons don't matter if no one can get them the ball. So I agree with you.
Gino's going to start a quarterback. And he's like, scrappy.
4 AFC West teams make the playoffs.
Is that it? Can you do that? There's 3. Yeah, there's 3 wild cards now, right?
Yep, it's possible. I think the NFC West almost. No, they didn't because Seattle was bad. I don't remember. One division, I think last year got close to doing that. I don't remember. Might have been the AFC West. Nope.
Yeah, I mean,
so I don't know.
It's for sure the best. division. That just seems so unlikely. Surely there'd be another
83?
team. Yeah, low 80s.
Here's one for you. This is going to be one little. If you don't know who to take in your fantasy later in the draft here, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Dameon Pierce, Houston running back.
Love. Dude looks just untackleable.
Looks really good.
Incredible. Yeah. I think
a lot of this will happen that I watch a lot of college football and NFL football, and I won't put it two and two together that is who that guy is. But I remember watching this guy at Florida. Now that I figured out that's who that is, and I just remember it's like that guy looks so much faster than everybody. He is ungodly quick. And now that I realize that's who that is, I love it even more.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And the fact they're already Marlon Mack, no chance. You're done.
I mean, he's like 100 years old off an Achilles injury a couple years ago. He's like no. Come on.
And obviously, I do not think a quarterback is going to win that award this year. I think that's pretty safe to say. It would either be Pickett or Willis. They're really the only people that have a shot. Corral.
Oh, you said offensive rookie. Yeah.
So I think Dameon Pierce has got a really good shot. I think it looks like Brian Robinson might start, so he's got a chance too. But I think Gibson is going to take way more of the share than Marlon Mack will from Pierce. So
agree.
A lot of receivers got taken pretty high. Drake London's got a chance.
Could the Texans be better than we think? I kind of like Davis Mills.
Texans make the playoffs. Thoughts?
It's kind of like Jags make the playoffs. But yeah, I mean, similar.
I'll say this, Wes, not to shit on your take. I think I kind of like the Texans roster more than I like the Jags roster, maybe.
Really? Who do you like on the Texans?
I think Cooks is miles better than any receiver that the Jags have. I think Dameon.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Etienne play like at all. So him and Dameon Pierce, high upside. We'll see. I think objectively, Davis Mills was better than Trevor Lawrence last year. Trevor Lawrence obviously has a higher upside, but last year objectively, Davis Mills was better. That's just a fact.
But we both know who we would want on our team. I think, right? Both of those players, Etienne and Lawrence.
Yeah, we'll see with Etienne. He got drafted there for a reason, so he's got the pedigree. Pedigree don't win games though. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably take Jacksonville. I'm saying maybe not for a dynasty 10 years from now, but for next season, I don't know. Houston,
dude,
they have the same problem.
You can't name anyone on this fucking team. It's bad.
Yeah,
on this defense, it's fucking bad.
Yeah, you're right, but. I don't think. I think them and Jacksonville are very similar positions.
Yeah, neither of them is going to win the fucking division.
No, they're not making the playoffs. New England Patriots.
I say all that to say, I like Davis Mills and I love Dameon Pierce, and they have no reason not to give Dameon Pierce like 250 carries.
If you're a betting man, I don't know what the odds are at now. I would be betting Dameon Pierce to win Rookie of the Year, though.
Yeah, I think they've plummeted, which is surprising.
I'm sure he's not the favorite though, and I think if I were to handicap it,
I think it's down to like I think it's down to like 15 or 20 to 1 though, which is
that's reasonable, and that's bettable. New England Patriots finished 4th in the AFC East.
I have the same one, that they missed the playoffs and are terrible,
but worse than the Jets. How likely is that?
That's
Jets
pretty tough.
Pretty stinky.
Yeah, they're just not going to be worse than the Jets, right?
I have that they take a step.
I have that they missed the playoffs.
If Elijah Mitchell make some noise.
Elijah Moore.
Elijah Mitchell is San Francisco. Elijah Moore is
If he would have got hurt, I can get on board. I have them to miss the playoffs as a hot take. That's probably not that hot because it's not that hard to miss the playoffs, but to finish 4th behind the Jets, fuck. That's is Bill Belichick going to finish 4th? I don't know.
Probably not.
I
think we're disrespecting Mac Jones. Mac Jones was pretty good last year. Mac Jones was
good,
the best rookie quarterback in the league.
What he was asked to do,
and I think it seems like all of his peers, both playing against and with, speak very, very highly of him, which I always put a lot of credence into.
True.
They voted him into the top 100 this year, which was very surprising to me, which tells me that a lot of guys really think he's that type of guy. We should talk about that next episode. I don't know if it'll all be out by then.
Yeah, it's close. There's like the final 10 or 15, right? Should be soon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who do they have voted as the top 5? Who's number one?
Donald, probably. Donald or Tom Brady. Probably Tom Brady. I don't know. It'll be one of those
Aaron
two.
Donald. He won the Super Bowl. I bet it's Aaron Donald.
Yeah, Tom Brady will be top 5. Rodgers. Well, I don't know who's already been on there. I assume Rodgers will be in there. Donald will be in there.
Mahomes, Brady.
Well, here's
Rodgers.
the thing. Mahomes, is Josh Allen going to be in there? Josh Allen, will he be the odd man out there? Trent Williams. I mean, like we said, every single player you ever ask is like, Trent Williams is the freakiest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
One of those guys is not going to be top 5 because that's just more than 5 guys. So
yeah, that's math, baby.
Here we go. What are the players going to rank? Allen, Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady. How are the players going to rank them? Give me your prediction.
Tom's going to be first.
I'm going to say it's going to be
the highest.
Tom, Pat, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers.
Back-to-back MVPs.
I think, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how much Aaron Rodgers rubs people the wrong way. I'm not sure. Maybe not that much.
I think they realize how good he is, though. He is a fucking asshole.
But, I mean, these guys I'm sure a lot of them vote on, like, fuck that guy.
Probably.
I'm sure these are not the most objective votes.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But maybe people don't give a shit. Maybe people like Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. Maybe they're like, yeah, fuck the media. These guys fucking suck. I wish they didn't exist.
Yeah, I'll go Brady. I'll go Rodgers ahead of Josh Allen. I'll go Brady, Mahomes, Rodgers, Allen.
I think that's fair. You want another one? I have 3 more. 2 of them kind of connected.
Let's hear them. We'll finish it off with those.
I was looking through this because I was trying to guess. It's pretty hot. There will be 0 coaches fired in the 2022 regular season. Because I was looking through all these teams, and I'm like, all these teams are either rebuilding, or I would be shocked if they're not really good. Or a lot of these teams that are supposed to be really good have a first-year coach. So it's like, at that point, what's even the point? There's a lot of first-year coaches this year.
You don't think they would
new coaches?
You don't think they would fire Pete Carroll?
No, I think he would resign if anything, because I think I don't know. I think he would just quit if anything. I think there's one guy who was a very obvious candidate to be fired, and it kind of goes into my next take here.
I mean, Mike McCarthy's getting fired.
I said Mike McCarthy will get fired before week 7.
Yeah. They're going to be bad. I don't know.
If they are bad, he'll certainly get fired. Here's the thing, though, Jason Garrett hung on forever when people thought he was going to get fired. He hung on forever.
And they were a season and a half too long.
Yeah, so, maybe the precedent's there.
True.
I don't know. But,
I mean, the Bears are going to be bad, but they have
look through this team. Bills, not getting fired. Dolphins, first-year head coach, wouldn't really make sense to get fired. Belichick, not getting fired. Saleh, they're not trying to win. Would be stupid to fire him. Hackett, first-year coach, not getting fired. Andy Reid, not getting fired. McDaniel, first-year coach. Raiders, probably not getting fired. What's the Chargers guy? What's his name? Staley. Young, they seem to really like him. I think they're going to be good. Probably not going to get fired. Harbaugh won't get fired. Zach Taylor just came off Super Bowl, not getting fired. Stefanski, wouldn't be shocked. I think he's another guy that's could, if it goes south, Stefanski for the Browns, he could go. But he's going to be able to lean back on it's been Brissett the whole time.
Yeah, so I don't think so.
Tomlin will never get fired, I don't think. Lovey just got there, probably won't get fired. Reich, if the Colts are bad, maybe. I don't think the Colts will be bad, so probably won't get fired. Jags, Peterson just got there, won't get fired. Vrabel, don't think he'll get fired.
Nope.
McCarthy probably get fired. Dable just got there, won't get fired. Sirianni, I think they really like him. Also think the Eagles will be good, probably won't get fired. Rivera, possibility there in Washington if they're really shitty that he gets fired. But even then, I don't think it's super likely. I mean, if they're worse than the Giants, total dog shit, not out of the question because he's been there a while. I think we've gotten to the point where it's Rivera's, it's probably about time. That era is probably about over, I think. Kingsbury. I don't think he'll get fired. I really don't.
I don't think so either.
I think it would have to be super disastrous for him to get fired. It'd have to be like 5-win season, which just seems like they're too good for that, but maybe not.
Probably.
Sean McVay probably has a job for life with the Rams, if I had to guess.
I'd say so.
Shanahan won't get fired. Pete Carroll, think he'll retire before he gets fired. Bears, Eberflus just got there, won't get fired. Dan Campbell, be shocked if he got fired. Packers, they'll be good. Who's the Vikings coach now? What's his name?
O'Connell, first year.
First year, won't get fired. Falcons, Arthur Smith. What are you really expecting?
Trying to be bad. Yeah.
Why would you fire him? Matt Rule, he's another guy that I thought. I mean, there's a possibility.
Ooh, he's getting fired.
Yeah, probably.
And they're gonna be bad.
But again, it's like, man, I really kind of like so many of the Panthers players, though.
I know. I did this last year. I know. Me too.
Man, they got so many guys on defense, and they're like, that's a sick.
I know. That are like 2 or 3 young. They're like 2 or 3 years in the league. I know. I'm the same.
I will say this: I've been playing Madden in the competitive community. People that play like regular teams, everyone loves the Panthers. They're like the most used team because they have the most speed. They have so many fast guys. They have like all their corners have like 96 plus speed. Brian Burns is a fucking monster. McCaffrey's a beast. So that counts for something. Saints, new coach won't get fired. Buccaneers, new coach won't get fired. So my point is, I just don't see a scenario where many of these guys even have a chance to get fired.
Matt Rule's getting fired.
Yeah, maybe. But again, it's like, well, what are we expecting? Like I guess we expected him to be good last year. Like if we were going to fire him, why would we fire him this year? We're not trying to be good this year. But maybe you are. You got Baker Mayfield. I guess that's not really a tank type of move to pick him up. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, maybe I'm you last year. Maybe I'm this year. I'm like, Panthers maybe. Or are we both going to be riding the ship this year?
I could be talked into it.
Pretty
easily.
Baker got a little disrespect. Okay, real quick. Mike McCarthy be fired. Here's one. Jimmy Garoppolo wins a playoff game this year.
For who? Don't know yet.
You're not going to like this. Matt Stafford's arm falls off. He might have a spot waiting for him. But would they trade him in the division? Probably not.
No, they wouldn't. And I would just rather just be bad and get a pick, get a good draft pick. We probably don't have it though. That's what
I'm saying. If they were going to get Jimmy G, they don't have any picks to trade to get him at this point. I'm sure.
Well, it wouldn't cost anything. I just mean the Lions probably have their first round pick. I was saying just be bad and get a good first round pick and come back the next year. But the Lions probably have it.
Yep, they probably do.
So they would make a move to still compete, I would think. Yeah, fuck it. Jimmy, come on over. God, kill me. Oh.
Could be worse. It's not John Wolford.
It could be.
Let's real quick, and then we'll get out of here. Jimmy G destinations. There's not a lot. There really isn't. I mean, here's what it is. It's all just going to come down to some quarterback's going to get hurt, and that'll be what it is. We don't know.
Washington?
Like, what do they
Wentz is just bad?
Yeah, he is. Jimmy G's better than Carson Wentz. I'm pretty comfortable saying that. But
the Seahawks are going to try to be bad, I think. Bears, Lions, Packers, Vikings. Falcons are trying to be bad. Maybe like what are the Jets trying to do if like Wilson just isn't going to be gets hurt again? Maybe
they're so far away. Like again, they're better off being shit. I think it just comes down to one of the
Dolphins.
Yeah,
don't hate that.
Knows
Dolphins
the system. Worked with
Dolphins
McDaniel before.
True.
If Tua's just like
he's going to the Dolphins.
Tua's all pro this year. How spicy is that? Or Tua's a Pro Bowler.
Spicy.
Tua's a Pro Bowler.
Less spicy. He's not going to be all pro. That's like
Tua's,
3 guys.
Well, Tua has a very, very good season this year, I guess. It's hard to it's just hard to quantify that other than him being a Pro Bowler. Whatever benchmark you want to set for passing yards, touchdowns, whatever. He exceeds your expectations greatly. I think we both really liked Tua coming out of the draft, but
yeah, I liked him more than Burrow out of the draft.
I like Burrow more, but I still also really like Tua a lot. Was I duped? Did he not have way more arm strength at Alabama? Like, am I losing my mind?
That hip injury, I don't know if that hit something. I don't know. Yeah, he
Seemed like
won
he
a lot
had
of
way
games.
more juice in his arm when he was at Alabama.
Yeah.
And maybe he's kind of getting it back. I think a lot of people at camp, and that's just normal camp shit. It's like, oh, dude, he's fucking slinging the shit out of the ball. And then half the other people are like, yeah, he threw 30 incompletions in a row. It's like, what's happening? What are we talking about?
Yeah. I think it's pretty unlikely. Oh, man, I don't know. Because, like, he could just be so much yard after catch stuff, too, with those receivers. He could look really good. Is he going to make the Pro Bowl? Fucking no. No, he's not.
Mitch Trubisky made a Pro Bowl. People forget that.
That's true. It's not that hard to make a Pro Bowl. A lot of guys
just don't want to go.
Yeah.
I think that's a good pick for a spot. Saints, if Jameis goes really poorly, Saints aren't a bad landing spot.
Well, he's just going to be a free agent. I mean, they're going to cut him because he has a roster bonus due like in early September. So they're not going to trade him. No one's going to give anything up for him, I don't think.
Yeah.
They're going to have to cut him.
Yeah, I think the answer to this is we'll just have to see because someone's quarterback's going to get hurt. We don't know who that is yet, but one of these teams is trying to compete. Their guy's just going to get hurt, and that's just how this works. Jimmy G will probably slide right in there.
Yeah. And you could do worse. Whoever gets him, you could do worse.
Jimmy G was a game away from the Super Bowl last year. He played in the Super Bowl before.
Conference championship game. Yeah. And look where it got him.
Cut.
Fucking cut.
Kind of wild.
Yeah. Went to a Super Bowl. Was one throw from beating Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
Was a throwaway from that. Was a throwaway from beating the Rams.
Had the lead. Had him kind of dead.
What was the other one? There was another game. There was another year in the playoffs where he missed a throw that would have won him. How many years has he been there as the starter?
I don't know.
Someone cut together a nice little TikTok of like him missing like 3 throws in the playoffs. Be like, we're 3 throws
career
away from being a dynasty.
Hall of Famer. Jimmy G, Hall of Famer.
2019 lost the Super Bowl. Yeah, no, I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe not. Oh, maybe it was just a 49ers thing. Maybe it was like a Kaepernick throw in that Super Bowl. I don't know. That's probably what it was.
Where does Kaepernick play this year? Let's talk about it.
He got fucked. Racist NFL. They'd rather have raper punters and rapist quarterbacks than guys that spit facts. We're not going to talk about the punt god because fuck that guy. What a piece of shit.
Whoa.
He should really be in prison.
Locked up under the prison.
I wouldn't encourage, but no. I think it's important to see and know and get a sense of what this guy did. He fucking gang R word. I don't know if that'll fuck us up. He sexually assaulted a woman. It is gruesome.
With
gruesome
friends,
shit.
Like it was, he drugged
really gruesome shit.
Yeah,
bad. He fell in the draft a lot after in college. He was just the de facto like this is the best punting prospect of all time. I think we all kind of knew there was probably something that was fucked up there, and it probably wasn't like his hang time or his fucking spin rate on his ball, and it proves that he is a piece of shit, and the Bills are kind of pieces of shit for signing him because it seems like everybody knew this was a thing.
Turns out it was just egregious sexual assault in college.
Everyone at San Diego State knew. The Bills had to have known. They just had to have.
Yeah.
And if they didn't, couldn't have done a worse job. Fire whoever's doing the background checks.
Yeah. Okay, anything else? Long pod.
Jersey Jerry shit his pants.
Oh,
Barstool Sports legend.
As hard as I've laughed. I don't think I've ever done that.
Yeah.
Maybe obviously not to that degree.
Maybe when I'm sick. Never to that much. Go watch the video. He's a Barstool Sports employee personality, I guess.
Jersey Jerry is his name.
Jersey Jerry, as in New Jersey Jerry, on Twitter. He was on the train home, and the guy shit through his fucking pants. He was wearing like some beige shorts. I guess he trusted a fart. Diarrhea straight through, giant yellow stain. Pooped his fucking pants.
Really disgusting.
I don't even know. I don't know what you do in a situation like that.
I guess
you just go home. I mean, what else can you do?
It. Quite literally wear it. I don't know. You just go. You
got to hope you're wearing like a jacket you can tie around your waist or something.
Yeah. Maybe you just take your shirt off and tie it around.
Yeah, I think I would rather people be like, that's kind of weird that guy's going no shirt, than like, that guy shit his pants.
And it's noticeable.
It's like, I think we've all, you have a little shart, you got a little splash. No, the entire shorts are blown out.
Yeah, it's bad.
There's no shot that when he did this, there was absolutely poop fucking running out of the leg of his shorts down his leg.
Correct.
It was that much poop.
It's a lot of poop.
It's poop. Stinky, stinky poop. Poop.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I think that's it. Go watch that video. It's really, really, really funny. We're going to be talking Bachelorette on Monday. It's getting hot. It's getting heated. Ooh! If there's, by just a stroke of miracle, anyone is still listening, or anyone that would care about The Bachelor in Paradise, Bachelorette in Paradise, whatever the fuck it's called, Paradise one, the cast came out. We'll talk about more on Monday. I'm interested. I'll be watching. Let's just say that.
You'll have to tune in. We'll have to
tune in Monday. That's what we call in the biz a tease.
Because I know the people that listen to an hour and a half of NFL talk
saying,
also love Bachelor in Paradise. Some people, maybe. Us, I mean, we don't love it. Maybe I'll love it. I've never watched Paradise, so maybe it seems more.
We're gonna love it. It's all of the entertain. It's an all-star game.
Yeah,
it's an all-star game.
All-star game.
It's all the entertaining, interesting people from the main show on a beach, just like being degenerates. It's an all-star game. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm in.
It's gonna be really fun. We'll talk about more of that on Monday when we record our recap. Then, thanks for listening to this. Good long sports pod. Good to be back.
Football's fucking here, baby. Oh, it gets me rock hard.
We're so back.
Rock fucking hard to watch some men hit each other.
Pause.
No.
All right.
No pause.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.